There is no such thing as a silly question, I promise you. I just assume sometimes that everyone knows how to use Excel, so I do apologise. But I'm going to run through an example that I have included on the spreadsheet when you download it. And I have a freshly made cup of tea, so let's get stuck in. And for anyone that is wondering what I'm talking about, this is my personal finance spreadsheet that I have been using for the last 8 years. And it has helped me just get my life together with my finances and get a better handle and a better control over my money, and it has been the best thing I've ever done. The idea behind it is you are going to reflect and see where your money has gone for the last couple of weeks or months, and it will help you make better decisions going into the future, and you will be shocked at how your mindset will change around it. So when you download my Excel spreadsheet, there will be 2 tabs you will see down at the bottom. The first one is instructions, and then income and expenses in this tab here. In the first tab, instructions, I have a quick guide of how to use the spreadsheet, but in this video I will show you how to do it anyway. And then down at the bottom I have an example of a bank statement that I got from Google. In this video I'm going to show you how to fill in the spreadsheet using this example of a bank statement. If it was me starting from scratch and doing this from day one, which I did do back in 2016, I downloaded the last 6 months of my online banking, and I used 6 months worth of bank statements to have a look and see where my money was going. But by all means, you can start this from today if you want. Alternatively, if you were starting from today or from last week or for the last month, you are better off using your online app on your phone. So I would always log into my AIB online app, and I would have the last couple of transactions listed on my phone, and then I would fill in using my laptop on the Excel spreadsheet. So in tab 2, then income and expenses, we're going to be using the example column here that I'm going to fill in using this week's, I think it's a week's worth of transactions from the bank statement. So I'll show you how to populate the spreadsheet using that information, and we'll go from there. Okay, so where you're going to start off with is your closing balance. What is your current balance on your bank account at the moment? So what you're going to do is scroll to the end of our spreadsheet, and in the box saying closing balance here, you're going to pop in the closing balance that is on the bank statement at the moment. So in this case, our closing balance is going to be 1156.54, and that's what we're going to pop into the box here. So 156.54. Next, we're going to fill in our opening balance for that period of time, and our opening balance is going to be at the top of the page, so 2178.54. We're going to pop that into our schedule. There we go. It does not matter what time frame you select, but I recommend monthly to make it very, very clear of monthly expenses. But in this example, we have a week's worth of transactions that we're going to analyze out. So if you were doing the month of December, let's say, because this is all December 2016, if you were doing the full month of December, your opening balance would be obviously on the 1st of December here. So we are going to get into all of our transactions now for that period of time. So for this week's worth of transactions, and I will do them as quickly as I can because some of them are repetitive. So I will do my best to summarize them. But what I normally start off with is our income. So on the credit side of your bank statement, you're going to have all of your income. So I'm going to start off with this because it's very easy. There's only 2 transactions. So it is 378.71. I'm going to assume that this is this person's wages coming in. So we're going to pop those into our spreadsheet. So for income, you are going to scroll right up to the very top, because the way I have structured this spreadsheet is we have all of our income at the top. Then we have our direct debits. These are non-negotiables that have to happen every single month. And then we have all of our other expenses then. And then at the bottom, we have our summary where we make sure everything ties out. So for this person's wages, we're going to pop in, we're going to go equals, and then 378.71 plus 378.71, and their total revenue or their total income coming in is 757.42. So that means we have these 2 items sorted. They are done. Next thing we're going to start off with is all of our debit side. These are all of our expenses for this period of time. So I'm just going to work my way down through each transaction and analyze it out. So the first line item is interest rate. These items here, I'm just going to put them into the bucket of being loan repayments because it's not very clear if they are interest or penalties or something similar. So for now, we're just going to pop them into our loan, and we're going to assume that they're household loan items. Obviously, when you're doing your own analysis, you're going to know exactly what the expense is. So for now, we're just going to pop them into loan repayments. So pop into your spreadsheet here. So we're going to pop them under household, under mortgage and loans. They're going to pop in here. So we're going to go equals, and add them all up. 89.56 plus 84.30 plus 33.70. Back to our bank statement. The next item is Aldi for €20, and we're going to pop that under food. Again, that is under household, so little Aldi Super Value. We're going to pop that in there, so that is €20 going into this box, so equals 20. The next couple of expenses are for Rightman Limited and Pat Interior. It looks to me that this person might be doing some home renovations, so I'm going to pop them into that bucket of home renovations, because obviously I don't know what these people are doing, but let's just assume for now they're home renovations. So under household, again, renovations and decor. And of course that you can edit and add in or delete any of these rows, and you know, you can edit all of these items as well to suit whatever you want them to be. I am just going to pop them in here. So 152.36 plus 27.56. The next item then is fresh fare. I'm going to assume this is more food shopping, so 12.50 goes into food. So we're going to pop back here and then pop that into the Aldi Little Super Value Tesco category, so plus 12.50 in there. So I'm going to start filling in, as a lot of these are repetitive items. I'm going to start filling them into the schedule very quickly, so I don't use up so much time on this video. I'll come right back then once I have that completed. Okay, so I have included all of the expenses that are on that bank statement in our spreadsheet now. So if we scroll to the very bottom of the page, you will see down in the box here in the difference row, this should come to 0. That's what you want to see. If, for example, I missed one of the transactions, so if I missed popping in one of the 27.56, let's say I was short 27.56, because I missed it here on the bank statement, that would pop up down here. See, 27.56. So I know that there's something missing that I haven't analysed out. So I would check that out and make sure that it is right. So we're going to pop it into the correct row. So plus 27.56. Then if we scroll down to the bottom, this should tie out. So that means we have everything accounted for correctly. One of my favourite ones to keep an eye on are my direct debits, because these are non-negotiables I have every single month. For example, my Netflix, Spotify, health insurance, my pension, phone bill, income protection, car insurance that I save for, Wi-Fi. These are monthly expenses and they're unavoidable in my mind. But something I notice every single year, it's just something to be very careful of. For example, if you pay health insurance monthly, you will see an annual increase. So it might go from €90 a month here to all of a sudden going up to €95. And that's how you'll spot these things that you may want to, you know, call them and renegotiate your policy with them. It just keeps you on the ball. And the same goes for Wi-Fi. That always sneaks up, and I normally like miss the email, or you know, I'm not keeping track, and then I'll see it on my spreadsheet that has increased. So that's just worth a phone call to your Wi-Fi provider to ask them to negotiate your monthly cost. That is basically it. For the next month then, just say you're starting into July, and just say this was June, the example. So what you would do there for the opening balance in July, you can just go equals to the closing balance of June. And it just helps you make it a lot quicker as well. So what you're going to do in July then is fill in your closing balance. Let's just say your closing balance this month is €3,000. You will see down at the bottom the 1,843 here. That means you have that amount of transactions then to analyze out. So you would get the statement or your online app, and off you go. You will just populate all the rows and analyze all your expenses out and see how you get on. Another one that I find really interesting to keep an eye on is if you're somebody that is attending a lot of weddings. This is a dark horse here. This one can be absolutely crazy when you're going to a lot of weddings during the year. Just to, like, in weddings, like in there, I would include everything from your gifts, your travel, accommodation, your hair, your makeup, whatever it is. I would include everything in there. And when you look back and see how much a regular wedding has cost you, it just gives you a bit of a rude awakening. And I know that can be quite harsh sometimes to realize, you know, how expensive they are to attend. But in reality, then you have to, if you're being serious about saving for something in the future, you're just going to have to say no. When you are reflecting back on how much things actually cost you, it just gives you a lot of perspective of what decisions you want to make in the future. But look, that's just my opinion. Everyone is going to be different. Everyone has different value and different things. So look, each to their own, and it is completely a personal choice where you want to spend your money, and there is no judgment here. So yeah, I hope this helps, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to send me a DM or comment below.